Well, good afternoon everybody, it's Richard here. Welcome back to the channel, and I must first apologise that I haven't uploaded the sort of last video for the Portagram with the Lenco, with a Goldring Lenco 72. I nearly forgot the title of it then, because I've just been so busy, A1 with work, B, as you've been following, if you've been following my videos, you'll know that Sunshine, my beautiful 1979 T-Reg in the UK camper van, has been having some carburettor problems. I'm pleased to say that I've found, there's a new video coming out by the way, but I found a garage to sort that out, which is not what this video is about. The video is about the Portagram stereo, which has been converted mainly to mono because of the work I had to do on it, and how we're getting on. And I've also, stay tuned to the end of this video because I've got some records, real gems that I found in Maidstone. I went and had some work done on my teeth, just a check-up, and so I popped into the usual round of charity shops and picked up a few 78s, and also which is really some beautiful music, and also some 10-inch LPs. And those who don't know, 10-inch LPs are like the size of a 78, but they're 10-inch as it said, but they're 33 and 33 and a third, and they were sort of the micro groove, the very first ones that came out. I've got quite a big collection now. I've been collecting them for a few years actually, and before we had the LP, we had the 10-inch, which they called an LP, but in fact it was RCA did the work. I think RCA and EMI did the work on the LP, which is the 12-inch that we all know about. Anyway, we'll waffle on. So this afternoon I'm just going to do a bit of a catch-up, and you're standing actually on the top of the Portagram Mark 9 stereo, and yeah, so it's been going quite well. So yes, I'm going to do that with you this afternoon, and then I want to take this machine, I want to road test it really well up in the main house in my office come music room, and I'm going to play some music to you up there. I'm also going to, hang on a second, I'm also going to fix this cable. This is the cable that came with this machine, and it's a screened one, so the transfer of the sound will be better because it's a screen cable with an outer screen copper, and it's got a nice big jack plug on the end, which for some reason has got an extra piece there. I'm not sure what that's about. Anyway, probably one of the other things that somebody was messing around with. It's the same speaker I've got in the workshop here, which is connected to the similar thing, so I'm going to do that as well. But I'm going to clean up these small brackets this afternoon. I think that's the sort of final bits that I need to do before I actually start using it, because that's what it's for. And then I'll make a decision as to whether I use it, have that one here or the other one, the Garrard here. This one, of course, don't forget, the arm doesn't retract after it's played. So if I'm working on my computer and the record finishes, it will just keep going round and round and round, a bit like one of my gramophones does, until either the spring runs down to the gramophone, or I think, oh, I can't stand that any longer, and I then take the arm off. So the only trouble with transcription decks like this is that you have to be present there because they don't turn off. But anyway, that's by the by. This is a lovely machine. It's beautifully weighted. It works wonderfully. I've been on a journey with you on this because I'd never come across one of these before. I knew them, but I didn't know how they operated, and I was intrigued, you know. I find engineering stuff fascinating. So as you probably know, that's why you're following along with me. And yeah, so I do apologise that I haven't been on camera for this particular project for a while. And there are other projects coming along that I've got. I haven't decided which one's going to be next. I've got some work coming up, which is, you know, so, and also I've been feeling quite tired, so I've been trying to catch up with sleep. I had a really busy 4 weeks of work with Greenwich University, the Judd School, Tunbridge, and my own work, which I've got some more coming up through my company. So yeah, it's been a bit of hodgepodge. So I have to motivate myself to get out of the chair and say, come on, let's go. I went running this. I've been running a few times as well. I've been trying to get back my fitness, so as well. So yeah, it's a bit of an update though. So I hate to bore you, but you know. So also in July, I'm going off to Brownsea Island, which is near Poole, I think it is. And so I'm going to take you along on that journey. I'm going with my walking group, hiking group. I'm staying in it's a National Trust island. It's about, I think it's 12 miles across. There's a ferry that takes you across, passenger ferry. So Mondi's going to have to go in the car park there, so stay overnight. And I'm going to then take my bag across. And there are 12 of us. It's some of the guys I've been with before, so it's really looking forward to that. It'll be very nice, and the organisation is really good. So I'm looking forward to Outdoor Lads, so it's really good. And yeah, so hopefully I'll get some shots of that, a bit like I've done with when I went up to deepest Wales, and that lovely farmhouse. Do you remember that? If you saw the video, that look back in my previous on that and do so forth. If you're new to the channel, by the way, just sort of say welcome to the channel. It's really nice to have some new members, and do comment, please do comment, won't you? I know people do, even if it's, you know, have you thought about doing this, have you thought about doing that, that sort of stuff, you know. It's all free. And don't forget to press the little bell and subscribe. It's all free. You can, if you enjoy this sort of stuff with me waffling on occasionally, then you know you're in the right place. Yeah, weather today, given weather forecast, the weather is about 23 degrees, and you can see out through the side here. If I turn you, you're on the turntable, so there we go. Look, what's the greenery out there? Everything has taken off. The garden's gone absolutely mad. I haven't had the mower out recently. I must do that. And so yes, so yeah. So anyway, let's get on with the video. All right, see you in a minute. Right, so I thought I'd demonstrate this afternoon again the speed checker on this machine. 'Cause last time I did this, it didn't come off very well, and the reason being was that I didn't have an incandescent bulb going at the right wattage. This is 6, so I'm going to try that now. So I think the camera will pick this up. So this is 78. Yes, you can see that there, can't you? There we go. Remember I adjusted the speed on this. You can see that now, can't you? There we go. Right, so if I turn this off, and then we go down to 45. Which is the middle one. There we go, that's not too bad. And then if I turn it off again, and then go down to 33. Remember I adjusted all these. I think it's probably going a bit fast. Oh, not too bad. I think I can't adjust it any more than that. So I think we're almost there, aren't we? So yeah, I think that's a fair comment. And also I've cleaned up these side bits here, which you saw on the time lapse. So I think we're ready really to test this machine out in the house. And I'm going to do that by just going to wire in the other one. And I need to, just so the arm doesn't jump off, because it's quite heavy. This I didn't realise, having not worked on it for a few weeks, how heavy it is. The actual thing weighs an absolute ton. I might actually weigh it and let you know what the weight is, because it's quite heavy. I've got the scales upstairs in the bathroom, so I can do that. I've cleaned everything with some of this WD-40 contact cleaner, which comes with this really handy nozzle. So you've got two options here. You've got this one here, the yellow bit to come out of, or you've got this one that you can just spray it into gaps and that, which is really good. So I bought this on Amazon. Mr. Amazon delivered this to me, so that's quite good. So I'm quite keen with that. Quite clever. So good. So there we go. Let's do a proper test run in the house. So I'll stop now, and then I'll come back to you. Well, you joined me back in the office come music room this afternoon, and so I brought the Portagram 9 stereo slash mono now, into the office, and so I placed it on top of the original one that I've got up here, which you would have seen before. Let me just see if I can just show you that. There we go. Oops, there we go. They're both on top of each other there. There is a difference, actually. There is a difference, and this machine is slightly bigger in terms of the lid, because the lid doesn't fit exactly on top of this one. The lid clips at the back. It doesn't clip on, so I just stood this on top of here. Also, this slightly beveled bit's different, so obviously it's a later model. So, but apart from that, it's the same. The other thing is that, let's put you back here. The other thing is, I think there is a definite sound difference. Now, if you remember, the original Portagram 9, I upgraded to a Stanton cartridge, 500 cartridge, and I put a what do they call it? A preamp in there and a power pack, which boosted the signal, and that's what I normally listen to. The speaker is the same one. It's the Wharfdale one here, as the one down in the main workshop. But I've just played one of the records this afternoon, and it definitely sounds differently. There's more depth to the records when they're played on the original 9 that was up here with the Stanton cartridge, which means that, you know, just proves the point that magnetic cartridges do sound better than ceramic ones, because the ceramic one fit in there. So I might upgrade that at some stage, but in this part of the game is just to check out how it performs. And I do need a record player. Well, I don't really need, but I do need a record player in the workshop. This deck is really nice. You know, it's a classic piece of history, really, vintage history. And I really do like playing my 78, as you know. So, on that note, I'm going to take a sip of this tea here. So, cheers. By the way, the temperature is about 23. I think I might have said that. So, what's it saying here? Oh, yeah, 23 in here. The UK is a strange place. If you're not from the UK, you won't understand why we're obsessed with the weather. Because simply, it's either too hot, too cold, or nothing in between. And this morning when I was out running, it was really nice. I just love the springtime, because the smell after the rain on the greenery, I mean, unless you've experienced that, you know, that's why I go camping and hiking quite a lot, because it's really, you do feel nature is very close to you. Is it me saying that? Do you agree with me? If you do, let me know in the comments below. So I'm going to review some records with you this afternoon, and these are the ones I found recently, and there are some gems here. So the one what's that one? Oh, that's the original one there. Okay, so we've got Burl Ives here. This one here on the Columbia. Now these records came from a homeless charity in Maidstone, and I had all those Stan Kenton records from there. Remember, I bought those, and it was, I think, five for £1. So I bought, I've got a stack of them down there, and I've been slowly playing through those. They are nice. So this one is Burl Ives. Now I didn't know anything about him. He's a sort of comedy guy. And this one is Raiders in the Sky. And then this side is Wavering Stranger and Woody Boogie Bee on there. And then why I bought this one, because I thought, I don't know this artist, but this is like a 4-in-1. There's like 2 tracks on there. This is a 3-in-1 really. 3 tracks on there. And so I thought, well, that'd be interesting. I wonder what's on that record thing, because I don't know. But yeah, it's quite pleasant. You know, it's quite pleasant actually. So I say it's quite a comedy one. And then I found, what have we got here? Bing Crosby. And this is a classic Bing Crosby on Brunswick. Now, Bing did a lot of work on Brunswick. And this is with the Andrews Sisters. This is really nice. Show business, this is. There's no business like show business. And then the other side is anything you can do, I can do better. You've probably heard that. So from Annie, Get Your Gun. But it's quite a nice rendition, and I do like Bing Crosby. There are times when I play quite a lot of his stuff. There's times when I play lots of Frank Sinatra. So yeah, so very nice. So I might play that to you. I'm going to play some of these this afternoon. So if you're interested, stay tuned. If you're not, and then we got Joan Hammond. Now this is a real gem of a record. This is now I'm not very, as you know, my pronunciation is not good at times, so I'm not going to attempt this. But it's Janani Sacciatuni, I think that is, from Piccini, and soprano, accompanied by the Halley Orchestra, conducted by Leslie Howard. I think, did I put it right? Yes, this came out in 1941 on Columbia, and then La Tosca on the B side. Now this is a classical record, but I just like sopranos, and if you followed along with before, you'll know how I like Catherine Ferrier and all the other ones like that. So yes, so I might play that because there's a bit, I dug out the Wikipedia bit about Joan here. So yeah, she died in 1996. She was 84. So yeah, she was. It says here, Joan Hilda Hood Hammond was born and baptised in Christchurch, New Zealand. Her father, Samuel Hood, was born in England. He married his first wife, Edith, and left her and took up Hammond's mother, Hilda Blandford, of whom he had 2 sons in England. He formally added Hammond to his name, and they represented themselves as Mr. and Mrs. Samuel Hammond. So she was actually quite a keen golfer, because the first when I read this, I thought, oh, I've got the wrong Joan Hammond. This is not a singer. But in fact, she was a keen golfer, and she was a junior championship in New South Wales in 1929. And yeah, she was quite, and you know, also she was South Wales Amateur Championship in 1932, 1934, and 1935. So there. And there's a very nice, I won't waffle you with too much, but she had a heart attack in 1965, which forced her to retire from the stage. Her final performance was at the funeral of her guardian angel, Lady Gowrie, I think you pronounce it Gowrie, on the 30th of July 1965 at St George's Chapel, Windsor Castle. So on the occasion, it was memorable for the first fact that Hammond was the first woman ever granted royal permission to sing in the chapel. Wasn't that something? That's quite amazing, really. It's probably happening more later, isn't it? As she retired to Australia, she became a patron and life member of the Melbourne-based Victorian Opera Company, and she was there since 1976. So yeah, so it's quite good, really. You can read all about this on Wikipedia. She died in 1996 in Bowrell, South Wales, Bowrell, Bowrel, age 84, and she was buried at Bowrell General Cemetery. Her longtime partner, Loletta Moriette, had preceded her in 1993. Cheryl Barker, Joan Camden, and John Bolton Wood sang at Hammond's funeral concert at the Melbourne Concert Hall, broadcast on ABC Classic FM, which I thought was rather nice, really. And in the Queen's birthday honours in 1953, she was appointed Officer of the Order of the British Empire, OBE, for her singing. In the Queen's birthday honours in 63, she was promoted to Commander, CBE, and the Queen's birthday honours in 74, she was promoted within the Order of Dane Commander, DBE, for distinguished service to music. So I thought it was rather nice, really. There's a bit of history there. So I do like to do a bit of research, you know, on some of the singers. So I think I haven't heard from that one for a while. So yeah, so I think we might play that if you're interested. I'm sure you are. So that's that one. That's it. And then one of my favourite French singers. I thought I'd already got this as a 78, but I hadn't. And this is La Mer. And this is the record I've just played, and this is why I've decided that this machine doesn't quite sound quite as nice as the other one, because on the other one it really pops. This is La Mer, Charles Trinant, and on the back B side it's De la Fenière. I can't pronounce it. My French is dreadful, but it sounds very nice. And the other thing about this is somebody's written on here pop, which I thought was quite funny, really. I think this is pop music. It's in this very nice HMV cardboard cover. Somebody's obviously treasured this because they've repaired it with some of this tape down the side that you used to be able to get. And if I remember rightly, the tape, was made, had a sort of taste to it. So I remember being at school with this stuff, and it tasted like sort of vegetable oil or something. I'm sure it was made of something like that. But anyway, just a bit of trivia for you. Then I found some 10-inch 33s. So great trumpet soloists, this one. Now we've got some real gems on this one. This is, so we've got When the Saints Come Marching In by Bunk Johnson and his orchestra. We've got Clementine by John Cugat and his orchestra. We've got Swing Is Here by Gene Krupa and his band. That's a really nice number. As you know, Gene's quite famous for playing with Benny Goodman. And then we've got King Oliver and his orchestra playing I Must Have It. There you go. B-side I thought was slightly nicer. B-side's got the anthology Dizzy Gillespie and his orchestra. By the way, the dates are on here. So those were dated 1945, 1927, obviously 78, 1936, 1930, and then the Dizzy Gillespie one was 1946. Frankie and Johnny. That one I hadn't heard. Frankie and Johnny's been around. I've got one of the other singers singing that. I think it's Lena Horne singing that, and also yeah. So and this copy is for 1937, so that's quite nice. It's not sung; it's just played. And then Louis Armstrong is also playing Basin Street Blues. That's quite nice. And then Rally the Blues by Tommy Landia and his orchestra. That's 1938. So that's quite nice. And there's a quite nice history on here as well, written by none other than Albert McCarthy. So it's quite nice. That's quite a nice record, that. I quite like that one. I've played that a few times, actually. My Fair Lady. Now, okay, we all know the Rex Harrison My Fair Lady version of this, but this is by this has got Helbert Gregg, Elizabeth Lana, and John Slater and John Harvey on this, and directed by John Gregory, and Mary Maxwell is doing the presentations. Now, these artists, this guy here, Herbert Gregg, I think it is, yeah, John Slater. I've seen him before on record covers, so I know he's quite good. But Elizabeth Lana is very, very. She's got the most sweetest voice. There's like, and on the second side, the one that's, you know, when you listen to music and it stops you in your tracks. This tune, I was just doing things in the office here, you know, and then I put this on, and the second side, I Could Have Danced All Night. That first track, wow, when she sings that, it's just so amazing. I might play that too, because that's so good. But it just pops, that one. Really does pop. It's very, very nice. So nice. And I like to hear music that's from a different sort of, you know, a different arrangements, because you get a different perspective sometimes. So, and then there's a man, I can't pronounce his name, but I'm going to, and this one here, Xavier Cugat, his name is, probably somebody will correct me, and his orchestra. Now there is singing on here. This is the King of Rumba, so this is a, you know, rumba ones here. So so the title, Rumba Number 8, part 1. They've done not side 1 and side 2. They've done part 1, part 2. This is on Philips Micro Groove, 33 1/3. So Rumba Number 8, Costa Rosa Manzio Blanco, terrible pronunciations, Lisbona Antiguan, and several others, Carnival of Uruguay, and several others. It's a very nice album set, this one, very nice. So yeah, I thought the picture on the front, that's what attracted me to this. By the way, I've cleaned all these up, and I put them into these plastic. I think apart from the My Fair Lady one, I put them into the protective, because I've got quite a few of these, as you know. So yeah, and I have sort of periods where I think, oh, I'll play that. So that's the new ones. The one record I have got is Broom from Charles as well. And then the B side of that is the similar, Your Elect du Lait, from the film, another French film, in French, that's in French. So that was the one I had already. But I think I'd got the La Mer, I think I got that one on another disc, 10-inch disc that I thought was 78. Sometimes I get confused about what I have got. Anyway, without further ado, let's play some music. Hold fire. So I thought it was worth, as an overview, just comparing the two machines. Now we know what the Portagram Mark 9M, which means mono, means. We know that one. But that's the older machine, the one that's normally in the office and music room here. But I thought it was worth comparing with the Portagram Mark 9 stereo unit, which is playing mono anyway at the moment, and just see what the differences are, because there is a slight design change in so much as this one has Portagram 9, Mark 9 M and then mono written across the top here, where this one has Portagram Mark 9 stereo over where the volume control is. This one had a variable speed, so you could actually reduce the volume, the timing of the record that you're playing, because these machines were mainly used in dance halls and other places. They come with the most enormous speakers, which I've seen online, but I have never seen them actually physically. So that's why the output of the amplifiers is so good, because I'm only on number 2 here, as you heard, and so it never gets off, it's off 3 on this one. So the slight design changes. First of all, everything's the same with the on-off. So this says on, this one says on, that's fine. Red light here, yeah, red light here, slightly larger port for that. Wording slightly different. The script line across here goes right across, where on the older machine the Portagram is done in bold, and then the Mark 9 is done in ordinary font, I suppose, and then the word mono. The other things are similar. These are more bold for volume, treble, bass and balance, and microphone, where we've got volume, treble and bass and microphone. That's sort of done in slightly larger script on the mono machine, because you've got more space, I suppose. You've got a variable speed here, which, as I said, to slow the deck down, though I've disconnected that because of the Garrard SP25 Mark II on there. And then on the far side you've got a microphone and volume input, where we have microphone here and volume. This on this machine's been disconnected because somebody's already mucked around with it. So the first one we're going to play is La Mer by Charles. So let's see. I think you can see that there. And just see how we get on. And this is on 78, of course. Enjoy. Do let me know what you think of the sound.
La mer qu'on voit danser le long des golfes clairs a des reflets d'argent. La mer, des reflets changeants sous la pluie. La mer au ciel d'été confond ses blancs moutons avec les anges si purs. La mer, bergère d'azur infinie. Voyez, près des étangs, ces grands roseaux mouillés. Voyez, ces oies blancs et ces maisons rouillées. La mer les a bercés le long des golfes clairs et d'une chanson d'amour. La mer a bercé mon cœur pour la vie. La mer qu'on va danser le long des golfes clairs a des reflets d'argent. La mer va plus vivre la mer. Au ciel d'été confond ces blancs moutons avec les anges si purs, la mer, bergère d'azur infinie. Voyez, près des étangs, des grands roseaux mouillés. Voyez, les oiseaux blancs et ces maisons rouillées. La mer, les a bercés le long des golfes clairs et d'une chanson d'amour, la mer berce mon cœur pour la vie.
There we go, slightly warm record there, but sounds good, doesn't it? Obviously quite a popular number at the time, so we just slow this down. Just going to turn the record over and play the second side. I need to put a marker on here to know where the actual stylus is. The other thing is this record deck, this whole thing weighs 1.7 kilos. It's really heavy. I'll have to use the Decca.
Sur la longue chemine, une gamine, c'est la fille du facteur. Elle a mon cœur, on voit courir près d'elle son chien fidèle. Qu'il est beau, qu'il est bon, il fait des bons. Et tout ça, je le vois, la fenêtre d'en haut, la fenêtre du grenier où je vais étudier. Pour observer la vie et ses folies, c'est très intéressant de voir les passants. On voit la salle des fêtes, la sous-préfète qui donne un bal pareil masqué. Oui, mais à la sortie tombe la pluie, on voit courir les masques dans la bourrasque. Et tout ça, je le vois de la fenêtre d'en haut, la fenêtre du grenier où je vais étudier. Le soleil qui s'attarde dans la mansarde allume ce vieux bandit des incendies. C'est l'heure du potage, les enfants sages en mangent à satiété. Des assiettes, c'est l'heure des familles et des charmilles, c'est l'heure du fricot et du tricot. Et tout ça, je le sais, dure depuis si longtemps, depuis tant d'été, depuis tant de printemps, que jamais rien n'y change. Bonsoir, bel ange, bonsoir, fille du facteur, bonsoir, mon cœur. Un jour, si l'on se marie pour toute la vie, afin de vivre bien, nous ne changerons rien. Le maire et la mairie, cérémonie, l'église pleine de monde, ma femme, ma blonde. Et tout ça, je le vois, la fenêtre d'en haut, la fenêtre du grenier où je vais étudier. La vie simple et tranquille, loin de la ville, nos enfants grandiront, nous vieillirons. Voilà tout ce que je désire, meilleur ou pire, mon Dieu, vous me le donnerez si vous voulez. Je ne demande pas grand-chose, c'est pourquoi j'ose vous dire que tout sera bien, même si je n'ai rien. Et tout ça, vous le voyez, de la fenêtre d'en haut, de la fenêtre du ciel bleu, où tout le monde est heureux, où l'on entend étrange la voix des anges, quand on a mérité l'éternité. Et tout ça, je le vois, la fenêtre d'en bas.
Wonderful, I love that. I like French singers actually. I've got some, the other ones I've got, so let's just, what I have to remember is to turn this off. There we go. So, a bit of Joan Hammond now. This is a real treat. She sounds so beautiful on the other machine. So let's see what we got here. This record, by the way, has got a bit of a wobble on it, so I do apologise for that. just think that I just think that Joan sounds so brilliant that it makes the hairs stand up on the back of my neck. When records do that, that means you've got a real artist. I didn't realise this record had a wobble in it, or buckle in it, or whatever you want to call it, until I put it on the turntable, but it seems to play okay. I've got a Benny Goodman one, which is very similar, does the same thing, and with Helen Forrest on there. It would be. This will play all right. So beautiful, that it really is. And the other thing about it is, though it's on a 78 shellac, something about the crackles in this record and the frequency response from where I'm sitting behind the camera here is it just makes me, it's just tingling, really is. So I hope that came across. As you can see, we've got plenty of velocity in this deck. The other thing about the deck is, I'm just going to change the record here, but the other thing about the deck is that, I'll put the cover, is that the slight design change actually, which I'll show you shortly, but let's play some more music and then I'll do that at the end. Just hold with me. So slight change of tempo now, and everything you can do. This is by Bing Crosby and the Andrews. Now I like the Andrews sisters, don't care what anybody says about them, but they're quite good. So let's enjoy this one as well.
Anything you can do, I can do better than you can do. I can do,
We can do.
I can do much, much better than you. Anything you can do, I can do better.
I can do anything. anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can be, I can be greater.
Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I can shoot a partridge with a single cartridge. I can get a sparrow with a bow and arrow. We can do most anything.
Can you bake a pie?
No.
Well, neither can I.
Anything you can sing, I can sing louder. I can sing anything louder than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. You can sing pretty loud. I'm superior.
No, you're inferior.
I'm the big attraction.
Oh, no, you are the small.
I'm the major one.
Oh, no, you're the minor one.
I can beat you at anything. And that's not all. Anything you can buy, I can buy cheaper.
I can buy anything cheaper than you.
50 cents.
40 cents.
30 cents.
20 cents.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Anything you can dig, I can dig deeper.
I can dig anything deeper than you.
30 feet.
40 feet.
50 feet.
Oh, go to digging, kid.
Oh, I'm so tired.
I can drink my liquor faster than a flicker.
I can do it quicker and get even sicker.
I can live on bread and cheese.
And only on that?
Yep.
So can a rat.
Ouch. Any note you can reach, I can go higher. I can sing anything higher than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. Pick up your tonsils. I'm sorry. Anyone you can lick, I can lick faster.
I can lick anyone faster than you.
With your fist?
With my feet.
With your feet?
With an axe.
Call me a cab, kid.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, we can.
No, you can't.
Yes, we can.
No, you can't.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
That was a very nice number. Let's just turn this over. There we go. And this one is There's No Show Business Like Show Business. Okay, yes. That's the Andrews sisters there. From Annie Get Your Gun.
There's no business like show business, like no business I know.
No business like it. Everything about it is appealing.
Why, it's grand.
Everything the traffic will allow. Nowhere could you get that happy feeling.
You're a smash.
When you are stealing that extra bow.
There's no people like show people. They smile when they are low.
Even with a turkey that you know will fall.
You may be stranded out in the cold.
Still you wouldn't change it for a stack of gold. Let's go on with the show.
The butcher and the baker and the grocer and the clerk.
Are secretly unhappy men because
The butcher and the baker and the grocer and the clerk.
get paid for what they do but no applause.
They'd gladly bid their dreary jobs goodbye for anything theatrical, and why?
Because there's no business like show business, like no business I know.
You get word before the show has started that your favorite uncle died at dawn. Top of that, your pa and ma have parted. You're broken-hearted, but you go on. Good boy. There's no people like show people. They don't run out of dough.
Yesterday they told you you would not go far.
That night you open and there you are. Next day on your dressing room they've hung a star. Let's go on with the show. Because there's no people like show people, they smile when they are low, 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 low. Angels come from everywhere with lots of jack, and when you lose it, there's no attack.
Where could you get money that you don't give back?
Let's go on with the show right now. Let's go on with the show.
Fantastic. That's a great number there. Okay. There we go. So this one is Burl Ives, the Wayfaring Stranger on this one. So this is one that this is an unknown to me. Let's go.
I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe. And there's no sickness, no toil, no danger in that fair land to which I go. I'm going back to see my mother. I'm going back no more to roam. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm just a going over home. Wish I was sun up above. Wish I was sun up above. I sun up above, I'd shine right down on my true love. I wish I was sun up above. Wish I was an apple on a tree. Wish I was an apple on a tree. If I was an apple on a tree, my girl, come along and take a bite of me. I wish I was an apple on a tree. Wish I was the squirrel with a big long tail. Wish I was a squirrel with a big long tail. If I was a squirrel with a big long tail, I'd spread it out and away I'd sail. I wish I was a squirrel with a big long tail. Wish I was a woolly boogie bee. Wish I was a woolly boogie bee. If I was a woolly boogie bee, I'd make my home in that cherry tree. I wish I was a woolly boogie bee. Wish I was a fuzzy wuzzy fox. Wish I was a fuzzy wuzzy fox. If I was a fuzzy wuzzy fox, I wouldn't have to change my socks. I wish I was a fuzzy wuzzy fox.
And this side is Riders in the Sky. Let's do that one now. It's quite nice.
An old cowpoke went riding out one dark and windy day. Upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way. When all at once a mighty herd of
red-eyed cows he saw a-plowing through the ragged sky and up a cloudy draw. A ghost heard in the sky. Their brands were still on fire and their hoofs were made of steel. Their horns were black and shiny and their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky, for he saw the riders coming hard and heard their mournful cry. Ghost riders in the sky. Their faces gaunt, their eyes were blurred, the shirts all soaked with sweat. They're riding hard to catch that herd, but they caught him yet. 'Cause they've got to ride forever on that range up in the sky, on horses snorting fire as they ride on, hear their cry. Ghost riders in the sky. As the riders loped on by him, he heard one call his name. If you want to save your soul from hell, a-riding on our range, then cowboy, change your ways today, or with us you will ride, a-trying to catch that devil's herd across these endless skies. A ghost heard in the sky. Ghost riders in the sky.
Fantastic. Here we go. So, from the great trumpet soloist here, I'm going to play the Dizzy Gillespie one, Anthology Orchestra on side 2, track 1. So, there we go. I've changed the stylus over. Now I can imagine that sort of jazz wouldn't be to everybody's taste. So let me just focus. Where are we? Let's just find something else here, because one of the other the photograph is playing up this afternoon. One of the other tracks I had on here was, where are we? Let's have a look. Frankie and Johnny. Let's do that one, shall we? Because where are we? We do track 2. Frankie and Johnny. That's by Bunny Bergen and his orchestra. That's quite a nice one, actually. I think that's got. I think this is the one with. Where are we? Larkin trumpet, Samuel Lee saxophone. There's one here with that I recognise. With, I'm just trying to find the track. It's always the same, isn't it, when you're trying to find something that I noticed we've got. Anyway, when we're playing this, I'll have a look, because there's another track that I quite liked, which I thought you might appreciate. So we go. Just see this track. This next track, Frankie and Johnny, is coming up. Wonderful, that's great, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to play you one more track that I just found with Gene Cooper, because Benny Goodman's on this particular number, and the number is, I'm going to play you, it's called Swing Is Here. So, there we go, Swing Is Here. Near the there we go, we're going to use the tracking system. I don't know how good this will be, so I'll lower this down. No, quite, excuse me. I can't quite see where the needle is. I need a marker on here. go. So, Swingers Here by Gene Krupa with Benny Goodman on clarinet. Fantastic. Hope you enjoyed that. Well, that really is quite lots of gems. That was recorded in 1936. So yeah, very, very nice. There we go. So there we go. So the next one I'm going to play is the Xavier Cugat. Is it pronounced that way? I think so. There's a picture of the gentleman there, rather than this cartoon drawing of him, which is here. So we'll play the first track on this album.
Anuncian el carnaval. Los negros pasan bailando su candombe singular, van sus giros contagiando la locura popular. bailar. Con el candombe del Uruguay. Verá mi malle que va a gozar, tú verás, con este ritmo tan popular. Oye, Carlitos, ¿te acuerdas ya? Tú verás, cuando cantaba en el Uruguay. Párate, este candombe tan sabrosón. Repica ya, mi mamá. Verá que todos vamos a gozar. Candombeate ya.
There we go. I've got a mix of music, and I'm going to finish off this sort of potpourri of music this afternoon with one from My Fair Lady, so stay tuned for that. So this is from the Classics Club, My Fair Lady, and this is the track I'm going to play here. I Could Have Danced All Night, which I think is a really lovely number with Elizabeth Lanier, and there she is in the picture there. So enjoy.
Bed, I couldn't go to bed. My head's too light to try to set it down. Sleep, I couldn't sleep tonight. Not for all the jewels in the crown. I could have danced all night. I could have danced all night. And still have begged for more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things I've never done before. I'll never know what made it so exciting. Why all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he began to dance with me, I could have danced all night.
Don't you agree now? You ought to be in bed.
I could have danced all night. I could have danced all night. And
Say goodbye to
still have
Jason.
begged
Please,
for
it's really time for you to be in bed.
I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things I've never done before. I'll never know what made it so exciting. Why all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he began to dance with me, I could have danced,
Wow, what an amazing... When I first heard that, I thought she's got such a wonderful voice. I really has, and I hope you enjoyed that. Well, hello everybody, and it's Richard here. It's a few days later now, just finishing editing this quite long video. I think it's standing at, doesn't say how long. It's quite a few, must be at least 40 minutes long now, I would have thought, if not longer. But I'd just like to thank you for coming on the journey, and the idea of playing all these different records is to demonstrate the sort of a variety in which this machine will play. Clearly it has some great accomplishments here. Well, it has a lot of accomplishments here, so I thought I'd just share that with you, and also the journey that we've been on into the repair of this machine, and all the challenges that it threw up. Though there weren't many of that really, apart from the amplifier blowing up one side and I having to do some work on that. I don't know what he shorted out there, and I still don't know what happened there, but I've managed to tinker with it and copy over some of the stuff, so on that basis, without having to change any of the components. Clearly somebody had been inside here because it was doing some strange things before I put most of this on video. But anyway, it's still worth it. It's still being tested here. There's one record that I left off the list that I thought I'd play on the 172 today, on the Decca, and that is one of my favourite artists, and that's Anne Shelton. She did exclusively on the Decca label. This is Rex. Now Rex is a subsidiary of Decca, and so I'm going to play you a wartime record number from there, 1941, and then A Pair of Silver Wings, which is a beautiful number about talking about an airman. And then the second one is Who Am I, which I think she sings beautifully on that too. I've got a lot of her records, not many on 78, I have to say. I've got one cassette, I've also got one CD, which I transferred to a cassette because it didn't work properly. And then I've also got albums of hers as well, an LP. So I'm going to start off with the record of A Pair of Silver Wings on the Decca 72 and see what you think about the how that sounds, and then turn it over for the other side. So thank you very much for following along. I've said this before, but if you are new to the channel, welcome, and thank you for staying this long on this very lengthy video. I hope you've enjoyed all the tunes I've been playing. Do let me know what you think as well, whether you liked, which ones you liked, which ones you didn't like, what you'd hear more of. And also I've got new projects coming up. So until then, thank you very much. Don't forget to give me a like and a thumbs up, and share this video with others, because that helps the analytics of the YouTube and increases our exposure, I suppose, to other people who might just click on the recommended channels and follow along with us. So until then, enjoy the summer, because the weather is very bright today. I think we're 25 degrees sitting in the office here, and enjoy the summer. And hope to see you on the next challenge coming very soon, and see you then. Take care. Bye for now. So on the Rex label, Anne Shelton and A Pair of Silver Wings. Silver rings even. Enjoy.
Just a crazy guy. To me, he means a million other things. For he's the one who taught this happy heart of mine to fly. He wears a pair of silver wings. And though it's pretty tough, the job he has to do, I wouldn't have him change it for a king. An ordinary fellow in a uniform of blue, he wears a pair of silver wings. I'm so full of pride when we go walking, every time he's home on leave. With those wings on his tunic, me with my heart on my sleeve. But when I'm left alone and we are far apart, I sometimes wonder what tomorrow brings. For I adore that crazy guy who taught my wonder what tomorrow brings. For I adore that crazy guy who taught my happy heart to wear a pair of silver
Fantastic. What a lovely number that is. And I think this sounds better on this machine than it did on the electric, so that's why I decided to play it on the Decca 73. I think it is 73 or 72, I can never remember these days. And yeah, so I'm going to turn over and we're going to play Who Am I, which is another lovely number by Anne. So, on the Rex label, Who Am I? Just one-handed. Let's see, we go here.
that you're for me. Who am I to wish that this might be? Could I make you love me? Should I even try? Is it foolish of me to hear your name and sigh? Who am I to dream about your kiss? Who are you to treat my heart like this? Why should I be still and let this thrill pass me by? I must have you, but who am I? About your kiss. Who are you to treat my heart like this? Why should I be still and let this thrill pass me by? I must have you. But who am I?
What a lovely number that is, man, and beautifully played on the Decca, and switching off at the right place too. So yeah, this soundbox, I had to rebuild the soundbox. Just a quick update. This machine I've had for about nearly 10 years now, I suppose, and came in quite a bad state. I bought it from a second-hand antiques dealer and on eBay, went and collected it, and yeah, so it's been completely refurbished. The spring's been changed twice now, I think. And also I had to find a handle for it because the handle was missing, so I went through quite a lot of handles to find the right one and had to in the end pull the motor to the slightly to the right here, and so that it would work properly. The grill cloth was very badly stained, and I sent off to a place in America for that. So that's a 1930s grill, slightly different colour, but yeah, it looks good. And the fretwork, the doors, that was another story. I had the doors that came with it, but unfortunately the hinges were missing and broken, so I had to then get the hinges for this door. The right one came from a Decca, no, it wasn't, an HMV 163 machine, and I used the same hinges for that, and then had to refashion that so it fitted, which it did. So all in all, it was around for a while without the doors on, but I think actually it looks better and certainly produces better sound with the doors, because that's what they're meant for, to amplify the sound. And of course it's got a very large horn in there. It's got a trombone horn, double trombone horn in there, which gives us this wonderful mellow sound. So I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, see you on the next one.
Would I even try